Ki apo arngut ki khana na Meghalaya kilawan poisha shalong mentakasngi na Karnataka lingba ka jingshim kya katana social welfare ka jala. Yakini ki khana lapdiang ha office ka social welfare ha kabala danlang umitri katana social welfare uba polling do bat ka director ka kong Camilla do rindingwa bat kiway. Habakran chikilat patay kubor uba pol ulaong bayakini ki khana lawan ra hadin balabud iki kendon katkum kaan. Ulang bakatana social welfare kalai kran bakatana puli puthi penung kelas kini kena ki bahap pet no steng na kate kejela kena bakin yo pan beteng ya kejing puli kejongki. Ulang bakini ki kena kilai chijela Karnataka hadin baki kimi pa kilai penbet bat kawai kaseng kebadan office hajawai bat daytat hadin bakila kempang na kejing bam hakaba anut kila klat kila pentep syaka sarkar.
Yeah. Now, this return of the 22 children has been facilitated by the hard work that went on through our director, Kong Lingwa, and also our officers. Three of them accompanied these children. During their stay in Karnataka, they had to make all arrangements to ensure that things are done in a manner which is legally tenable and which is lawful and as per protocol provided by the law. So only after that exercise was completed, then the team from Karnataka, led by a senior leader of the Child and Women's Right Commission, had then agreed to accompany the children and brought them back to Shillong today.
So has it been decided the schools, and because we heard that for the education that they will be accepted, but then on the part of the government, where have you decided? Because that, they also have to consider the costs.
No, as we speak, the parents are in touch with two officers who are here representing the Department of Education for a smooth arrangement for their onward studies. Now that they have left their courses midway, the Department of Education has assured us that they need just 2 to 3 days to complete all necessary formalities, and then they will ensure that these kids are then admitted to government-run schools in areas which are in proximity to their address. Now, in some cases, these parents are also migrant workers, which means that they keep shifting from one place to another. In such cases also, we will obtain their correct address and ensure that they are enrolled in a school close by. And as and when they shift, they have to give us prior notice so that we facilitate their next admission in course of their movement from place to place.
Bapal, we have seen what happened.
Enunciated in my speech, these parents, when they decided to send their wards outside to Karnataka, they did that under a particular NGO, which is based in Jawai, Western Hills district. And the conversation that started was between the leaders of the NGO and the parents. So it had nothing to do with the government. They did not seek any help from the government, any direction, any advice. It was only when the unfortunate incident happened, wherein they had this episode of food poisoning, that we lost two of them, and after that only they informed the state government. In any normal situation, our advice is that if, even in case such children require to pursue their studies outside the state, they should seek the proper guidance and help of the government of Meghalaya. And as far as their studies within the state is concerned, we are mandated to ensure admission of all kids from the age of 6 to 14 under the Right to Education Act 2013.
Minister.
This was really a dastardly act, inhuman and unexpected, and to target visitors who actually were contributing to the revenue of the particular state is beyond my ability to comprehend. We stand together as a nation and as state government. We extend our full support to the union government in its attempt to thwart the upsurge of insurgency and terrorism in that particular area.
We have Bangladesh, which is really a threat to Meghalaya. As a tourism minister, what do you think? Whether we should, what should be done for the safety of the tourist?
I think we have already upped the ante on the part of the government. We are now very vigilant. We are in constant touch with the BSF. The Chief Minister, we have met DG. I have met him separately. And we are also going for more recruitment in the state police. As you are aware, about 3,000 vacancies will be filled up, and also wherever there are areas where there is a gap in ensuring the safety of citizens, we are coordinating with central forces and especially the BSF, which has vast presence in Meghalaya. Yeah. Well, it is beyond my purview as a minister to label them as pro this group or anti this group. I think we have brilliant journalists in you. Why don't you do a piece of investigative journalism on what actually transpired? What is this NGO?
What will be the step taken by the government to prevent such corruption of such kind of things again?
See, as I said, the parents here exercised their free will to send their wards under the guidance of a particular NGO, and there was no reference to the government. So in such cases we are helpless. But if they come to us seeking our advice on what do you think is this institute, what kind of grading do they have, what kind of background does this institute has, then only we can step in. But where children are really financially disabled, we have schools, ample space for schools, and under the RTE we are bound to ensure their admission into such schools.
But